Diabetes diet: best way to eat with type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a health condition characterized by a rise in blood sugar levels. Unlike people with type 1 diabetes, people who have type 2 diabetes produce insulin. Due to this aspect, type 2 diabetes becomes manageable through a change in lifestyle, involving adopting a healthy diet and daily exercise. Regardless of the type of diabetes you are suffering from, proper nutrition is vital. Since a healthy diet must not be boring, here is what your diet should comprise of. Whole grains. These form a nice alternative for starchy foods with a high glycemic index (GI). Starches with high GI raise the glucose levels in the body, making it very difficult to manage diabetes. To add to the low GI of whole grains, they have high amounts of fibers that improve the digestion of foods. Choose products made of whole wheat, maize and rice to regulate your blood sugar levels. Vegetables. Vegetables such as kales and spinach are loaded with fatty acids and minerals that help enhance insulin secretion and aid in blood sugar regulation. Vegetables are also packed with vitamins that regulate the production of hormones, such as insulin. Since vegetables have lower carbs, they help reduce the risk of heart diseases and cancers that are prevalent when you have diabetes. Fruits. Citrus fruits, berries, cherries and apples are excellent for people with diabetes. These fruits have high levels of antioxidants and vitamins that help boost the immune system function of fighting diseases. Although fruits have a relatively higher amount of sugars, their absorption is controlled by the fibers that they also contain. You should, however, consult your doctor before adding any fruit to your diet. Proteins. Proteins not only keep your muscles healthy but also increase insulin response. Since proteins can also be converted into glucose for energy production, you should be careful with the type and the frequency in which you eat your proteins. You should reduce the amount of processed and red meat, as these may put you at a higher risk of other diseases such as heart-related conditions. Low-fat proteins such as fish, poultry and lean meat are recommended for people who have diabetes. To help you understand how to incorporate the above categories of food in your diet, here is a typical daily 3-meal guide for people with diabetes type 2. Breakfast. An example of breakfast for diabetes is whole grain bread or muffins. This will be your low GI carbohydrate. A roasted vegetable egg omelette. This will combine the benefits of greens and lean protein. Homemade chocolate milk. Use fresh milk and a 0-calorie sweetener if necessary. Lunch. Here is an example of what you should take for your lunch. Brown rice contains a high amount of magnesium and insoluble fibers. Vegetable stir fry. Soup. Avoid cream-based soups. Supper. An example of a PM meal is spaghetti squash, white meat meatballs, mixed greens. If you have diabetes, proper nutrition means adopting a balanced diet in all your meals. A type 2 diabetes diet must have a cut on processed and high-carb foods and increase herbs, fruits and plant proteins. Following this type of diet and then adding daily exercises will be a sustainable strategy to manage diabetes.